All right, people. See, I thought I was gonna be done with this episode, but it hit me after I was done. The whole thing with the guy Luigi who did harsh things to the CEO of United Healthcare. Now, I had the idea in my mind, but I just didn't think it was worth speaking about. But then I kind of logged back into the internet and I was like, yo, listen, I don't think I was too far off with this whole situation. Now, here's why I felt the way about the situation, because I was curious why it's getting so much media attention. Okay. And I couldn't understand at first. I was like, who is pushing this to this level that is getting so much media attention? And then it kind of hit me. Now, just a few months ago, Donald Trump had an assassination attempt. We didn't even see this type of stuff happening. I mean, we were hearing about the president not being able to get access to enough Secret Service. Now, when I see this kid getting so much press, they're treating him he's the like he is the biggest terrorist since 9/11. And you had all these school shooters, you had all these different people from all these different areas do harsh crimes and never get this much attention in terms of being escorted in helicopters. I mean, when you look at the kid, he looks like he's on his best behavior. This kid is on his best like beautified. I mean, the jawline is always getting caught. Everyone is perfect. Helicopter escorts, hundreds of police officers. I mean, they're treating the guy like this is a Marvel movie, and at any moment he can use his superpowers. So they have to restrain him and keep kryptonite around like he's some Superman. Now, mind you, why do I say all of this? This is media creating a message and a narrative. And I could be wrong on the narrative that the media is portraying, but let's understand something. America is a company about business. So this is a clear warning to the CEOs of the world that they're not safe. The people who can very well leave and take their business elsewhere. Now, the reason this hit me is because I watched the film We Crashed about the billionaire, um, the CEO Adam Newman and how he built We Crashed. There are people involved in this that are a lot bigger than you and I could ever imagine. Some investors right now are looking at this as like, well, our investment in the CEO, the person who controls the company, the person who is incentivized to help us get a return on our investment, are they safe? So this is a clear warning to the people of the United States. Do not mess around with our investments. Now, this is a protection. This is a message. This is a narrative. They did not do this same thing for Thomas Crooks. They did not do the same thing for any of the school shooters. We did not see them being escorted in helicopters, transferred to prisons, looking this beautified. All of this does not make sense. It is true publicity stunting. Because guess what, guys? This was all beautifully. This is a field day for the media. This is a field day. This whole thing, I mean, even down to the kid's name, everything is flawless. When you look at the kid, it looks like he just got a haircut before he got arrested. Everything is strategic, the high quality images. But you know what this did, people? When I'm listening to the word on the streets, this made America feel like that guy's a hero. They tried to paint it as like a warning that this is what's going to happen when you do something like this. We are going to find out and we're going to make sure you never see the light of day again. But the American people are like, yo, this guy's a hero. He stood up for something. But what about all the people who shot up movie theaters, churches, bars, schools, random acts of violence? I mean, what about the guy who went to a Target parking lot or supermarket parking lot in Buffalo and we didn't see this type of stuff happening, but this guy kills one CEO and this is what we're seeing happen. So I've always asked myself, I was thinking about it last night, like, yo, why every time I see this guy Luigi in the media, it's looking like they when Superman took down a villain and brought him into the Metropolitan Police Department and saved the day. Roll credits. $200 million budget. Why does this feel like this? And I realized this is a narrative. This is media. This is everyone working together as a conglomerate to say, you white CEOs of America, you have nothing to worry about. But the kids in the schools, we'll just install some metal detectors. No need to police escort and make a mockery and get 1,000 police officers to escort him to a prison and escort him to court. No need for that. Do you guys understand what's happening here? How big of a deal they're making this? And yes, everybody dying should be a big deal, but why this guy? Why Luigi? Why does he appear to be so flawless? And almost as if everything just goes together so cohesively. And I realize this is narrative, people. This is narrative. This is nothing else. Everything down to what was in the bag, everything down to the gun, everything down to how he planned to do it, everything down from the story of the CEO. He's insider trading, all this stuff, and it's just like blah, 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 blah. Another day in America where legacy media needs something to do, and it's to manipulate the people. I mean, think about Operation Mockingbird, where the CEO was behind all majority of the news outlets and their messaging. Just look it up yourself. Operation Mockingbird. I tell you no lie. And when you understand these things, it makes you look at all this stuff like, what are you guys doing here? What are we doing? What is it now? Do you guys want us to believe like you guys can take down don't try to be a hero? Was he a psyop? Was he like he looks relatively calm. I mean, the kid damn near does not care. And they're trying to charge him with terrorism stuff. But mind you, what would make him any different from a person who decides to shoot up a school? Why don't they all deserve the same treatment? I'm confused. All of it just makes no sense. So when I see the videos, and I'm up last night, I said, why every time I look at this dude, it look like an action movie? And then it made sense. Media is pushing a narrative. This is publicity. This was a publicity stunt for the New York Police Department, for the city of New York, to send a message around the world that the people who drive this economy, the people who innovate and control, the people who are in bed with the politicians, the CEOs, the big conglomerate companies, you better fix this, so we're not giving you no money for your campaigns. We're no longer donating. We don't feel safe. All these billions of dollars that we're bringing from our grand ideas, you better keep it in line. We don't need this type of shit happening. You guys got to understand, when you think about the Adam Newman story, right? And how he built WeCrash, there was a scene in there with the investor from SoftBank who gave him $4 billion to build WeWork. He said, I will use everything in my power to block you from IPOing. Everything. So when you have people with this much money who are getting money from people in Saudi Arabia, like we have to think about how deep the rabbit hole goes, and how deep the rabbit hole goes in terms of big money and big politics. This shit isn't a cakewalk where he just assassinates a CEO at a major company that's worth billions and, oh, no, there's big money involved in this. There's somebody right now, if the business goes down for a day, is losing money, and they're feeling that. There's somebody right now who doesn't need to have their next CEO at risk and have the company, because you can't just pick up any CEO off the block and tell them to run an organization. If that was the case, anybody could just turn into a CEO and turn a company to $1 billion organization and maintain that. There's a lot of investment at stake. Somebody's pissed about this. So I was thinking about that. I said, man, this is a PR stunt. I don't believe none of it. I mean, I do believe he actually shot him, but the way they're the way they're putting it on the forefront is the PR stunt to me. They're trying to send a message. They're trying to create a narrative, and I think it's laughable. I mean, it looks like a music video where it's so curated and directed. You know? I mean, it's just like people die every day. What was such a big deal about a CEO getting murdered versus the school shooter? As I've been saying, but it's the narrative and they're sending a message to somebody, just don't know who, but pay attention. All right, fam, that's it for today. You got some value from this? Do me a favor, hit the like button, drop a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Now, if you're rocking with what I'm doing and you want to take it up a notch, I've got something special. Check out the Patreon. The link will be in the description. That's why I drop exclusive content, game, and insights that you won't find anywhere else. I'm talking about the stuff that'll help you level up. And hey, if you're tuning into the podcast, the audio version, make sure you download and leave a review. It really helps more people discover what we're building over here. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure you check out the next clip or to watch the full episode somewhere in here. I'm gone. See you in the next one. Peace.